For today's cup of coffee, this one may or may not be classified with the what the fuck files.
Okay.
It could.
we'll see as we go along.
And this is by somebody. Scott Byrne, who was the deputy editor, and Laura Sharman, who was the news reporter. September 14th.
Sharman, she will forever be related to the toilet paper.
It will, but hers is spelled differently. September 14th of 2022, and this is from Mirror. And
Black
this is
Mirror?
No, just Mirror. It says an elderly man was killed in an apparent attack by a wild kangaroo that he was keeping as a pet.
We don't have a kangaroo.
Now, right there, first of all, wild and pet, those words don't usually go together.
There's this one farmer who has a kangaroo. He has a kangaroo on his farm.
Well,
Proves that that's his thing. He has a lot of exotic animals.
right.
Well, he has an ostrich. Does that count as an exotic animal?
Yes.
He's 2 ostriches.
Yes,
a
I would
kangaroo,
say that, yeah.
And I think he has a possum.
Not sure how the possum fits in with the other
But it
ones,
comes around once in a while.
Right.
It ate one of his chickens one time. And he was upset with it.
Well,
Not
yeah.
that much, but he's just like, dang it. You killed it. That was my prized chicken.
Anyhow, this marks Australia's first fatal kangaroo attack in 86 years. And paramedics were called to Peter Eads' property in semi-rural Redmond on Sunday. I should have put that down. 250 miles southeast of Perth in Western Australia. But the kangaroo stopped them from treating the 77-year-old who had been discovered by a relative with serious injuries. I'm assuming it was the man who had serious injuries, not the relative. They should have specified that.
Yeah.
And police say that they were forced to shoot the marsupial dead so the team could reach Mr. Eads.
Y'all weren't forced. Y'all could have, tranquilized it.
But efforts to save him were unsuccessful and he died at the scene. And a police spokesman told WA Today, quote, the kangaroo was posing an ongoing threat to emergency responders, and all the attending officers were required to euthanize the kangaroo by firearm, end quote. I'd say that they don't usually go around carrying tranquilizer darts,
They should. For just such occasions.
Mr. Eads, a well-known alpaca breeder, was believed to have been attacked earlier in the day by the wild animal, which authorities believed was being kept as a pet, according to police. And a report will be prepared for the coroner. Western Australia is home to the western grey kangaroo, which can grow to more than 7 feet
Damn.
From head to tail and weigh nearly 120 pounds.
Damn.
It says Australia is home to about 50 million kangaroos, which can weigh up to 14.1 stones.
What the?
I don't know how much that is.
What is translate that for the American peoples?
For those of us that don't do those types of measurements, and grow to 6.5 feet tall. However, fatal attacks are rare. The last reported fatal attack by a kangaroo is believed to have been in New South Wales in 1936, when William Cruikshank, 38, succumbed to injuries he had sustained months earlier when he tried to rescue his 2 pet dogs from a large kangaroo. And the Sydney Morning Herald reported at the time, quote, his jaw was broken and he received extensive head injuries, which confined him to the hospital until his death, end quote.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And it says in July, a kangaroo left a 67-year-old woman with a broken leg and cuts after it attacked her while she was walking in Queensland.
What happened to you? I got kicked.
Got
kicked by a kangaroo.
And 4 months earlier in New South Wales, a 3-year-old girl suffered serious head injuries in an attack. Urban development across Australia is increasingly encroaching on wild kangaroo habitats, according to this. Now, let's go back and unpack some of this. And it's like,
natural selection.
okay, the fact that the efforts to save the man were unsuccessful because that the kangaroo would not allow them to get to him. And you're talking about a tranquilizer. No, that should... shooting the thing should have been the first response. Because you've got Killer Roo hopping around down there. And you've got old man that's laying down there dying. And it's like, no. That's where somebody... And this happens in some of these areas that do not believe in firearms. You could have had somebody that could have put down the kangaroo in not that long. You've got some people around here that honestly are good marksmen that they could have taken that thing out in about a minute and a half, and maybe that the old man would have lived.
Maybe.
But the old man should not have been trying to keep a wild kangaroo.
Yeah.
And we think of them as being, again, Disney or Kanga and Roo from Winnie the Pooh, not the Killer Pooh. And, you know, we don't think about how dangerous those animals could be.
Well, see, the dude that I watch once in a while, I'll pop in on his channel and watch a video or two. I mean, he raised that, like, it's not fully grown, but he's had it since it was a baby. But even when that thing grows up, it can still be very dangerous.
Had what, a kangaroo?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you didn't.
Yes.
You said it. I didn't hear the kangaroo.
I thought that was...
I was reaching for my coffee. I'm sorry. I was distracted. It's coffee. The brain shut out. Need coffee.
You and that damn coffee.
It's an essential food group.
It is not.
It is.
You and Dad both are like, it's essential.
It is.
It's a life nutrient.
It is.
Fuck your coffee. Fuck your coffee, man.
Go back to the kangaroos. Stay focused here.
Anyway, I wonder how it will like act as it grows up
I don't
more.
know. Because there are some animals that are just not meant to be domesticated pets.
Right.
And even
Don't
when you
have a lion as a pet.
Right. Right. And we've known somebody. You had a relative that had a cougar as a pet.
I do?
Yeah.
Who the
You had a first cousin that had a cougar.
Are they still alive?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I meet them?
I don't know. Ask your father about that.
Where the fuck are they? I want to know.
I don't know. You have to ask your father. But
I need to call.
not everything is, even as far as, this is true of dogs, that those things, they are domesticated, but now they can do lots of damage.
Yes. Cats can do a lot of damage, as evidenced by your foot, your leg.
Yeah, I need to get the tattoos of the little, he who bite marks on my leg.
This is why rodents are the golden standard of pet.
I don't know about that.
Because if they bite you, I mean, they will draw blood, but that's as far as they go.
Right. Well,
like, they can't do more than that.
There have been, again, with the UK news sources that I have been reading lately, quite a few, maulings and deaths from pit bulls.
Yeah.
And
it's usually because they were raised wrong.
Sometimes I've heard people say that, and I'm sure that's true of any kind of dog. But I just, to have an animal that has a bite radius bigger than a kid's head or a person's head.
An adult's head.
That's not smart in my opinion. Because an animal is an animal.
Yes. Deer can kill people.
Oh, yeah. In similar ways, there have been
kicked by a deer, they fucking hurt.
Yeah, it can go through somebody's chest.
Not experienced, but there have been people around here who have got kicked by deer. And
I mean, you don't hear about it. The news doesn't cover it that much. But deer can kill people. Yeah. And it's just like, the kangaroos, those things have got massive legs. And
powerful.
Yeah. So I can understand how they could kill somebody easily. Plus, don't they have like claws or something, sort of like dogs?
Sort of,
claws.
Yeah.
But
don't fuck with the mother kangaroo. Oh God.
I mean, he was a 7-foot tall animal.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we don't know what happened that the animal decided to attack dude that day. But it just, I think it's probably going to go into the what the fuck files.
This is definitely a what the fuck file.
Because who does that?
That person. The people who have no brain. Smooth brain gang.
Well, it's, again, we've talked about this
actually,
a lot.
that's not smooth brain gang.
But you get some of these animal rights peoples, and I understand what they're talking about, where you're taking away the animals' habitats and stuff. Animals a lot of times can, adapt to the environment, as evidenced by the black bears going and eating out of the trash dumpsters and people getting upset.
Giant raccoons, basically. They act like giant raccoons.
And it's like the black bears are usually not aggressive until you get around cubs.
Yeah.
They think all bears are, what are those Kodiak bears or whatever, those huge ones.
Smokey the Bear.
No, Smokey the Bear wasn't supposed to be aggressive.
People think of Smokey the Bear.
The black bears are not that large. They're really not.
They're relatively small.
Yeah.
But when they stand up, it's like, oh.
But still, they're not. Bear attacks are rare. Very rare.
Yeah.
It's a matter
people
of the
know
bears.
Not to fuck with them.
The bears have to fear the people.
Yeah.
But the dude that he decided he was going to go and live amongst the bears.
And then got his face eaten.
Yes.
Because he got around cubs. That's what happened. It
doesn't matter. These are wild animals. And just because somebody watched a Disney movie does not mean that they're now qualified to go out and deal with these wild animals.
Right.
And Jane Goodall, she's an odd human being. I don't know if she's still alive or not. She was the one that went out and lived with the gorillas. The silverback gorillas.
Got her face ripped off.
No, she actually knew what she was doing. And she had to approach these animals very cautiously until they gave her permission, basically, to come into the group.
They're intelligent.
Sure, they're intelligent. But now, could they have ripped her face off in a heartbeat?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Animals have got their ways of doing things. The cats, they own us. They own everyone.
They're banging on the door.
They are banging on the door, and it's all right. They'll be let in later. But as far as any of these wild animals, like a kangaroo, like the bears, like the cougars, even the raccoons and stuff like that, I wouldn't have one of them in the house. Now, the possums, maybe.
I'd have a possum and I'd have a pair of rats.
Squirrels do not make good house pets.
No, but they're adorable as hell.
Yes, they are. They are cute. There's a lot of things that are cute, but you don't want them in the house.
Raccoons get up in your ceiling easily. They will chew through the walls.
Yeah. Well, there's been people that have had squirrels do a lot of damage to their homes, too.
Yeah.
They'll gnaw through things because they are in the rodent family.
I mean, rats can do the same thing.
Yeah.
Hermit crabs are top tier pets, too.
They are top tier
They're hands-off pets. They're hands-off pets.
Fish.
I don't know. You can stick your hand in the tank, and once in a while, if you are friendly enough with them, like this.
Yeah. The one little guy that I had that was my dishwashing buddy, I could do that when it was time to change his water and stuff. I could just scoop him up and put him in clean water and then wash his little bowl and stuff.
Yeah.
It's about time for me to get another dishwashing buddy.
I don't know. The little girl is drinking the Mario Mouse.
Oh, that's true. So now we'll have to wait on that. I'm glad you said that. It's like, that would have been tragic.
Don't let her near the fish. You can keep it in my room on top of the desk.
No, we just need to put a lid on him or something.
You get a good tank with a lid.
Yeah, we could do that. But then I can't put it. I don't wash dishes in the living room here.
No, but you're in here frequently.
Well, I am in here.
You're in here 99.9% of the time. So,
yeah. That's where the computer is.
Yes, so put them right over here.
Possibly.
Where the old turtle tank used to be.
Yes. Turtles are a challenge to take care of.
High maintenance.
They are high maintenance. And you have to really watch, because as far as cleaning the tank, because they can carry salmonella.
You can put fish in there with them.
They don't eat the fish?
Certain ones they don't.
Huh. Interesting. But don't own a kangaroo.
I mean, if they do, I mean, that's just natural anyway. So you know what? It's just like, okay.
Yeah.
Don't get the expensive fish.
Yeah. Don't
Get the cheap fish.
Don't have a kangaroo as a pet. That's like you were talking about the ostriches. Now the ostriches can kill people too. So that's
they're mean.
Yes, they are. Then was it an emu?
Yeah, emu.
Yeah, I think they're just a smaller version.
There's two people that I watch. I watch a lot of people that farm.
Right.
That have animals on their farm. That have exotic animals on their farm. The two of them have ostriches. And they have some that are really super sweet, but they all have that one that's a fucking bitch.
Right.
One is literally, she calls it Karen.
Oh, God.
Literally, its name is Karen. And it's, she's mean.
Well, and any of these large animals.
And the dude that had the possum that ate the chicken that also has the kangaroo.
Right.
He has two emus or ostriches, whatever they are. One of them is super sweet. The other one is a male, but it's like fucking mean.
Yeah.
I don't remember what he calls them.
Dangerous. He calls them dangerous.
He literally smacked him with a trash can lid, like one of those plastic trash can lids, so like he could just like
to get him away from him, probably.
Yeah,
using it as a shield.
And he's bit that thing has bit him so many times.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, people and some of these large animals, people don't think about what horses can do or cattle or anything like that.
Horses can kill too.
Sure, they can. So can cattle.
Don't walk behind the horses
ever. That's a good way to get yourself kicked.
Yeah.
And,
I mean,
and there are certain horses
even if
that you can.
I mean, sometimes you get in a position where you have to walk behind the horse, and that's when you have
quickly
to be really careful. Yeah.
Cattle can crush you, and they don't even know they're doing it, especially if they get spooked.
Can cattle kick?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. They don't use it that much because of the way that their legs are made, but they can kick.
According to Dad, you can't ride them. They're too bony. Too bony.
I don't know that there's a cattle riding. Well, there's the bull riding contest. Yeah. There's a difference on that.
Most cattle
Those things can definitely kill people. There's been a lot of people. But now, let's face it, that's kind of a stupid thing to do, to get out there and ride a bull. I've seen them do it.
I'd ride a cow.
Rodeo people are interesting human beings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd ride a horse again if I could.
Yeah, well, there's different places to do that. The horses are definitely high maintenance animals too.
Yeah.
So, but don't own a kangaroo. Don't end up on one of our what the fuck files, really.
I mean, unless you want to.
Well, if you really want to. And just for Joe Schmo, we should have started out with this. There was a truck wreck in Oklahoma here on September the 16th. Joe, that truck wreck, we either know that you have caused it or will benefit from it. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh.
So anyhow, if you've had experiences with the paranormal, supernatural encounters,
I need some context to that.
No, that's all I'm going to say. If you've had
I need some
experiences
context as to why you say
UFOs, aliens, cryptids, what the fuck files, oddities, any of that stuff, send us an email, cupofcoffeewithscream@gmail.com.
Yes.
And the link to the article will be there in the description box.
Mm-hmm.
And know that you're loved.
Yes, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, comment, and most of all, subscribe and click that notification button for daily notifications of our daily uploads. Thank you all, have a good, and we will see you all on the next one.
Bye.
Bye.